welcome to the Untouched Quest. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Siri. And if you want to follow our story, you can read ElfQuest for free at elfquest.com. And remember to follow us on your favorite podcast platform.
So as you may know, we had some technical difficulties a couple of weeks back. So this is a re-recording of Hidden Years number 5 and 8, Daughter's Day and Starfall, Starrise. This is a story about the circumstances surrounding Skywise's birth and the course of events of his parents' death. We learn on a deeper level how complicated the humans are. Rick is struggling to regain his power. Venka thinks he needs some fresh air and scenery, and they go for a demanding hunt.
It has been a while, but the Gotora humans are back.
The Gotra humans are back.
Yeah, and they hunting demons.
They're just as big as us, also as always.
Yeah, so they have these tales about the demons that can change shape and do like trickeries and everything.
Yeah.
And the first thing I thought about is like, where do they have these tales about the elf changing shape?
Well, they're right though, but
Yeah, but they haven't seen that.
no, I don't really know how
Like-
they have these legends.
It's only the high ones that landed on planet with the 2 moons. It's not planet Earth, is it?
No.
Landed on
The
the...
Planet of 2 Moons.
Is it planet or do they just say world of 2 moons?
Both.
Okay. But they landed here.
Yeah.
And did they change shape before they landed or when they
did.
landed?
They changed before they landed.
So basically none of these humans on this planet know about this change shifting.
I've never seen them do it unless somebody have somehow seen Timaine change Timaine from a wolf. But she doesn't really do that.
She's done that once or like
she has done it several times during her lifetime, but she stopped changing into an elf thousands of years ago.
yeah, like
decided to
we've
live as
only
a wolf.
seen her like when she changed to wolf and then in the palace with Suntop and then she changed back.
Yeah, when she was a mom, or get pregnant and stuff, she stopped transforming back into a elf and decided to live as a wolf.
Which is several thousand years ago. It's like 10 chiefs ago.
It is 11 chiefs ago because
Oh, yeah,
Ketter's
yeah,
number
true.
11.
It's 11 chiefs ago. So
yeah,
these Gotora humans don't know about shape shifting.
they don't. They've never
So
seen
where
it.
do they have this?
Maybe they imagined it. Way of
Maybe.
making them more magical. But it's smart though, because they're right. But this story takes place in during the rule of Bearclaw.
Yeah, it's basically the story of how Skywise came into this world. So
Yeah, it is. So these humans up in the trees are throwing rocks at poor animals to try to kill them.
well, they are basically looking for demons.
Yeah, they find animals instead and decide to throw rocks at them so they will fall to the ground and hopefully die.
Yeah, and this raccoon or whatever animal it was,
Yeah, whatever animal it is.
it looks nothing like a raccoon, but it has the raccoon stripes on the tail, you know?
Yeah, but
so
it's climbing trees, and I don't know if raccoons can climb trees. We don't have
but it
raccoons in
climbs
Norway.
trash cans.
They do. We don't have raccoons in Norway, so we
do, but not
We
many.
do?
Yeah, we had a raccoon in a cabin. He
You
was
did?
dead though, but we have one.
Never seen a raccoon.
Yeah,
Never
that's-
heard of a
that's,
raccoon
like,
in
We
Norway.
don't have a lot of them.
No, we don't. It's not an animal that frequents the
Not
Norwegian
that much,
wilderness.
no.
No.
But when it falls down, it's not dead.
No.
So it runs away, and they're like, demon trickery, because it didn't die when it fell down from the trees.
Yeah, and the reality is the poor animal just crawled away to hide itself in a bush to die.
Yeah, to like, don't suffer any more pain from these
Yeah.
Gotora humans
Yes.
that goes around killing innocent animal, because they're not even
Yeah.
killing it for food.
No.
They're just killing it for fun.
It's like killing it for sport.
Yeah,
It's insane.
it is. When I like, because now they're talking
Mm-hmm.
about what is Ice High? That's Skywise's
Yeah.
name, mom's name, yeah.
Yeah.
That she's up in this nest because she's gonna give birth.
Close to the sky.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, she's getting so fat, she's gonna fall through the nest.
But in a couple of pages, we can see that the nest is quite small.
Yeah, but I understand their thinking. Like, she's not an adult size. She's a kid size elf. Or like our kid size.
They're like 4 feet tall.
Yeah. And she's pregnant, so she's like heavier than usual.
Yeah.
She can still fall through a nest. It's just like sticks
Yeah.
put together on the top of a tree, which we later see is like super skinny.
Yeah, and it's a really, really tiny nest as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't really fit 2 people.
But still funny. She's gonna fall through because she's too fat.
But I grew up reading these issues in Norwegian. And I read several pages in this book before I realized.
Yeah, today or like a couple of weeks ago when we prepared for this episode.
That I have read her name wrong my entire life.
And you just realized.
Yes!
And what did you realize there, Elizabeth?
That her name is Ice High, not High Ice. Because her name in Norwegian is High Ice.
Yeah.
So my brain just translated High Ice to English and was like, of course that's her name. It kind of says that in the book. I have dyslexia. I can't read for shit.
But it Ice High.
It's Ice High.
Yep.
I read several pages before I suddenly realized that it wasn't High Ice. It's Ice High.
Mm-hmm. And another thing I realized, I thought like, this thing with recognition, that Lita is helping recognition and forcing recognition, or whatever we should call it.
Yeah.
I thought that was like a Lita thing. Lita started it.
A thing that she can do. Yeah.
Yeah, or more like
part of her gift.
Yeah, or more like we're becoming a more modern world society thing. Like we will love whoever we want. We don't let anyone else choose who we love, So
well, the elves do that. Like being recognized doesn't mean that they have to become life mates.
True, but also having a kid is a big part of loving someone for most people.
It's not necessary for elves though.
No, but they wanted like Redlands and Rain Song, is it?
No.
Moonshade?
This is Rain Song.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. No. Who did I think about? It's not Moonshade.
No, this is Rain. His son is Rain Song. It's Nightfall.
Nightfall. Like they obviously wanted a cub.
Yeah.
So they asked for help with recognition.
Yeah.
So I thought that was more like a modern thing. Instead of like waiting for recognition to happen, we just choose it to happen now.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was like a modern elf society thing. We develop, we want new thing, but no.
They've been doing it for a long time.
At least the Wolf Riders have.
Yeah.
And Pike is the subject of this.
Yeah.
Or an outcome, or whatever you can call it.
We've talked about before about him being a recognized child with what is his magical powers.
Yeah, he does have them. And he is like saying to Rain, it's like, careful, Sarah Rain. I was your first try, and and look what you got. Like, he's saying himself, I didn't turn out good, so be careful here.
Yeah. Oh, I trust I've improved my healing skills since then, Pike.
He just laughs.
Pike is a gem.
He is, and
he's incredible.
There's no one else like Pike. You can compare all the other elves with each other. They have similar and like less similar traits, but Pike is like a different league.
Yeah, he is totally his own man.
Yeah, you can even see that on his like body build, face shape kind of thing. He looks different, not in a negative way.
He's so cute.
But he's more like a little chunky cheese, like super cute, and he's shorter. Yeah, that was the things I looked at, but
yeah, he's so cute.
And his way of thinking is also different because
his way of thinking goes in the way of Dreamberries.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the most important part
And
of it.
eating, I feel. He eats a lot in the images we see of him.
Yeah. And Bear Claw talks about how recognition isn't as cozy as you thought, eh? So we're again on the topic of Bear Claw having recognized and have other cubs with mates we have never heard of. And cubs
Yeah.
we have never heard of.
Yep. And obviously, since you saying this, you're like, not heard of yet. You don't know them either.
No.
So they are like out in the space.
I have no
in the
idea who
Elfquest
these
universe,
cubs
you
are.
know?
But how it's written a lot here, I get the feeling that these cubs didn't live.
Maybe.
And
And also the maidens didn't live then because
No.
it's Joy live now. And she's like, when it happened to you and me, it will be your last. I'm sure of that.
yeah, like we're gonna recognize,
And
And
you're
that's
not
it.
getting anyone else.
and that's it. I'm not sharing.
Nope. You have to kill me then if you want someone else, basically.
So we're back out in the forest, and the Gotra humans are hunting down, or they've spotted the nest.
Or they spotted the wolf first, who was like watching the tree that had the nest.
Yeah,
Isn't it? Or
No,
was it the
they're
opposite
like
way?
it's still there atop of the trees.
okay. Yeah, so they've seen the nest before and they found it and then they see the wolf.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. Climbing up because they want to get some demons.
They do. They're climbing up so they can get a better shot at the demon on the top of the tree.
Yeah, because Ice High is so smart that she's gonna give birth in top of the tree in this tiny nest
Yes.
that when Chalet,
Yeah.
when Chalet comes up, the nest is basically full. So
Yeah.
how can she lay down and give birth?
It's gonna be
in this
so
nest.
cramped.
Yeah. And even she says, I've decided you may stay if you wish. So like the nest was mainly built for only her and the baby.
Yeah.
But then she's like, oh, you can stay, but there's no space for you here though.
There's not really that much space, but I guess I'll let you stay.
Yeah.
And he's really thankful though.
He is. And in all the other elf birth we have seen,
Yeah.
they have had like, I don't know if it's necessary help, but there have been a lot of other people in the room.
Like assisting with the birth and everything.
Yeah, I don't know if they have like
They're
like
a community.
this chanting and like helping the mother, or if they're just like mentally there for the mother. I don't know, but it felt a little lonely if she's gonna just be alone on the top of the trees, you know?
Well, if that's what she wants, that's what she wants.
Sounds a bit crazy though. No one to help her. Like, what if the baby just like shoots out of the nest? You know? It could happen.
Babies don't shoot out of their moms.
Yeah, haven't you seen these videos on YouTube or Facebook and stuff?
Where they're like shooting out
Yeah, I should show you.
like a projectile.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, you do that. But the Gotara humans decide to start throwing rocks at them.
Because that's smart. That's the way you get elves down from the nest, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's how we get anyone down from a tree.
But it kind of works. They hit Chalet
Sadly enough, yeah.
in the
gets
back
hit-
of the head, right? Yeah.
Yeah, first in the back and then the back of the head, and he like falls straight down and hits several branches on his way down.
And on the way down, or like when Ice High is on her way down, Skywise is ready to get out.
He's deciding to make his entrance.
Yeah. Perfect moment.
The fact that she, mid climbing down the tree, her labor starts, and she's like, "No, little Skywise, wait! You're gonna shut your legs during birth?"
Well, she can like use her muscles to like push the baby back in, which is not healthy at all. Like you should never like
Do that.
work against your body, you know?
No.
But she's basically, you know, like when you really have to go, you're just like shutting everything. That's basically what she's doing. You're not coming out.
Yeah, but she's gotta shut it for a while though.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Even when like fighting Gotra humans.
Yeah, and like you've seen your life mate fall down from a tree and die, and you're gonna shut.
But he's not dead yet.
No, he is fatally wounded.
Yeah.
His back is broken. As he says that, my back, don't move me. Run, beloved. Don't stay. Don't hold the cub back.
He knows what she's doing.
Yeah, he's bleeding from the mouth. He know he's dying. He know that there's no going back. She can't save him and save herself and the cub. He just wants her to, like, get out.
Exactly. And the humans are just watching them, and they're like, oh, we can't climb down now because the wolves are there watching over it, but we need to claim our trophy.
Our trophy, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily for the Gotra humans, other human hunters come.
Isai is just like, I'm gonna fight you all.
I'm gonna stand over my life mate's body and draw my knife even though I'm mid-labor.
Even though it's like, how many can we count? We can count like 1, 2, 3, 4 additional humans to those 2 boys in the tree. So there's 6 humans, like, versus 1 elf and 2 wolves.
Like, that's 1 elf in labor.
Yeah.
And 2 wolves.
Yeah.
That's not gonna go. And he's like just trying to tell her to leave, to go, to get out.
But she doesn't.
No.
They take her, and they're even like, oh, she's pregnant or she's with young.
Mm.
So now we have 2 trophies.
A
double prize. Yeah. But one thing.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, we need to claim our trophy.
Yeah.
Which is their skull, because they're putting the skulls on this stone thingy.
Yeah, they kill them on a stone thing and put their skull up.
Yeah. So they're sacrificing them for Gotora.
Yeah.
But they leave Chalet on the ground.
Yeah. He's less
Which is
valuable.
like, even though he's almost dead, they can still take him as a trophy, you know?
Yeah, and they don't even have to kill him yet. He probably won't die from his injuries in quite a while if they just leave him. So they could still kill him at the pole.
So they can still have the sacrifice.
They choose, though, to just hold Ice High and take her away and have her, like, watch as they murder her husband. Or
leave him to die.
No, they stab him in the chest.
Oh, they did, yeah, true.
Yeah, they stab him in the chest in front of her.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, instead of having 1+1 in trophy, they could have had 2+1. Like with the baby, you know?
They
but
didn't
they
want
just
that.
like leave 1 to rot as trash.
Yeah.
Oh, they killed the wolves too.
Yeah,
Shit.
they did. They killed the wolves when they were
I
fighting
didn't
them.
notice that
They
before
kind
now.
of had to kill the wolves, though.
I know,
The
but
wolves would
I
never
just
have
didn't.
let them
I
take
just
the elves.
I didn't realize they did it. I just saw them take Eyes High, but now I see the wolves is laying there too.
Yeah. So as they like take Ice High away, she's like looking over the human's shoulders at her life mate and the wolves laying there, unmoving.
But Eyes High doesn't call for help, does she?
No, she doesn't. Because when you send for help, the elves will know where the sending is coming from, and she doesn't want the elves to like attack the humans because that would mean more death.
Yeah, she doesn't want to lead them straight into the human.
No, because she knows that they will do anything to save her, but she doesn't want them to risk their lives to save hers.
Yeah, but they find Chalet, and they don't receive any answers from Ice High, so they know there's something wrong.
Yeah, and like, why are they drumming and dancing? Isn't she already dead? Like, no, they're gonna like kill her in the offering stone.
Yeah, they're gonna have a huge party just for her.
Yeah. So Ice High is trapped in a tent with the 2 boys that caught her.
Yeah, describe this tent to be built just for this ceremony.
Yeah.
Just for her to stay there to be sacrificed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's because they don't want any demon trickery in their own houses?
Or maybe it's like a ceremonial thing that they have to build a hut for it.
Maybe.
But one of them says that her young lives inside her, yet she holds it back. It is killing her. How can she?
She's a demon, of course.
No. Where's the honor in this? Where's the sport? This is not demon tracker's way. So one of the boys has had a way more than enough of this. of treating this poor woman so badly, like seeing her holding her cub in for dear life.
But he's basically a kid.
Yeah.
Like he's seeing a mother doing whatever she can to save her cub. Like she
Yeah.
don't want the cub to be born and then like killed straight away,
Yeah.
just to suffer, you know.
Like humans are doing this for honor and sport, and he doesn't
Yeah.
see it. So Eok, which is his name, carries her out of the cabin and take them down to the water.
And I like this guard who's like guarding the river boats
Yeah.
or the floats.
Floats, that's the word.
Yeah. It's like, stupid task. Who would steal a few sticks of wood? And then just like, crunk, and they get the stone straight in the head because they're
Yes.
stealing the sticks of wood. Guard didn't
Yeah.
do his job pretty good.
So the humans boys don't really want her to get offered. They don't want the kid to suffer.
No.
They want to help them, to get them away, because even though they kind of did this, they didn't want this.
I think they've always, like, they've been raised to believe these are demon animals, and sitting in the hut with a live elf, they
Yeah.
see how human-like or like similar to them they can be.
Yeah.
So they are like, she's about to give birth, like our mothers does.
Yeah, and she's so scared that she's holding the cub in.
Yeah, she's showing feelings, fear, love for the cub and everything, and they recognize that like the same as they do, and they're like, oh, this is not fair.
Yeah.
This is not a mean demonish creature that we've always been told.
Yeah. So she just sits over, like, crouching, and gives birth to the baby. As he starts crying, she says, "Yes, howl, my wolfling. This is not at all what I promised you."
But finally, though, she gives birth because she knows she's safe now that she's like out in the open.
Yeah.
There's no one like pointing arrows at them.
Yeah.
So she has a little feeling that Skywise can survive.
At least she'll give him a chance of survival.
Yeah.
So she packs him up in this blanket, and then she sends the bear claw, "Come alone, ahead of the humans. Watch the water, hurry." And she puts him on the water, and he floats.
Yep. Because he's magic.
Obviously, because
Or there's some magic or like special quality with her cloak.
yeah,
Yeah.
he floats.
It's an inflatable cloak.
And let us not forget, Skywise can already remember this.
Look
moment.
up, Skywise. Do you see? Skywise, do you see the stars? Of course he does. And of course he can remember them.
Because he can remember this moment. Because he can remember from he was 5 seconds old.
And obviously he's way older than 5 seconds by this moment.
Yeah.
He's maybe a couple minutes, so way
Yeah.
past the
Yeah,
5-second
He
mark.
can remember all of this.
Yeah.
But in the next picture, we see Skywise being quite a bit older. And he's gotten himself a little shadow.
Yeah. Cutter.
Cutter!
He wants to join their hunt, but
yeah.
even at this age, Skywise is a little lady's boy, so they're not going for a hunt. There's Cutter.
No. And he says that they have to go alone. But don't tell anyone, especially Bearclaw. This is a secret hunt. I'm after the most delicious prey there is.
A secret hunt, you know what that means?
And Cutter, which being so naive and young, is like, "Don't worry, Skywise, I won't tell. You'll see."
Yeah, I don't know who this lady is. Do we know who?
Foxfur.
Okay. She's like, delicious prey, eh? And he answered, wait till you see my lure.
Yeah. I think she's Nightfall's mom.
Okay. And they just basically jump in the hay.
Or the Dreamberries.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can see that they've already eaten a little bit because
Not
she-
just a little bit. Look at their eyes. They're like...
and she has like Dreamberries smudged on their faces.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the rest of the body from rolling around the
Yes. But they stop what they're doing because they've seen a human. A human that is doing something over by a circle of stones.
And around his neck, he has eyes high hair piece.
Yeah.
And Skywise
in-
just snaps.
He loses it and goes into this murderous frenzy.
He basically, like, with this image,
Yeah.
he stands up for the demon
Yeah.
demon rumors going around this forest.
Yeah. He looks like a demon.
Yeah, wolf
Yeah.
riding demon.
Yeah.
He for sure is.
Yeah. And he's so angry. And he just talks to the human. Yes, I know your ugly tongue. Where did you get this? Answer me. Speak, filth. It was my mother's.
Oh, wait. I kind of just... Shit.
What?
Like, with the time for the elves.
Yeah.
Because if you look at Skywise, we're like, maybe like 15, 16.
Yeah.
But if you look at this human, I would say he is more like 40s, 50s. And in
Yeah.
these other pictures, he's not past 20 yet.
No. He's very
So
young in the
if,
other picture.
Like, in my head, the human should have just passed his 30s. But
Yeah.
he's way older. So it's like, oh, I forget the time counting with elves is way different than with the humans.
8.
Yeah, and also just like they live for thousands of years instead
Yeah.
of just like around maximum 100,
Yeah.
like 80, or even these are like Stone Age humans, so
Like
they are
40
super old when
stretching
they
it.
get 60, you know.
40's starting to stretch it.
Yeah, they are starting to be like pensionists when they're 40.
Yeah. So the human says that I know you. There was much birth blood. We couldn't keep her alive, though we tried.
Yeah, they actually wanted to save her.
Yeah, they did their best. They took her out of the village and took her away to try to save her life. But if you bleed too much during birth, there's not much that can be done.
Especially when you don't have a healer at hand.
Yeah. But Skywise just answers with, try to help? A demon? What troll dung are you handing me?
He's telling the truth, though.
Yeah, believe my words, the truth is too terrible to forget. We were caught trying to hide her body, my brother and I. The ceremony of sacrifice has been mocked, defiled. We shall all know Gotra's wrath. And this is the shaman asshole
Yeah.
that burned the forest down.
Oh, true. Yeah, the stupid one.
Yeah. The stupidest of the Gotra humans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that kind of makes sense for the punish too, because like, oh, instead of killing both of you, we're just gonna kill one of you.
But wait,
Because
how old is this guy then?
the
Shaman.
I don't know.
Because he looks just as old when he burned the hole down.
Maybe there is a new shaman.
Maybe they
It
just
has
look
to be, because
exactly the same.
The burning is happening a lot of years ahead. Like it's not like it's happening next year because Cutter is still young.
Yeah, he's way too young. So somehow the next shaman will look exactly like the old one.
Yeah.
Or at least very similar.
But then like punishing them, being like, oh, you have to draw straws, and the one with the shortest one loses, and we are killing him. Of
Yeah.
course, the older brother has to watch.
Yeah.
But isn't it more punishment to just kill them both? You know, like just thinking.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's more punishment for the brother that got to live, knowing that he got to live while his brother died.
Yeah, but still, like,
They even sacrificed him of the pillar of sacrifice,
yeah.
which is where they killed the demons.
Just because they ruined the other ceremony, so they just
Yeah.
wanted a new ceremony and a new party.
Yeah. So he says that this ring of stones is his lowly grave. The ground is not sacred to Gotra. Tough spirits is forever lost in the dark. This is no trophy, but a symbol of my grief and shame. So the human that got to live is a human that decided to take Ice High out of the hut.
Yeah, so he is like blaming himself that everything is his fault,
He
but
carries a lot of guilt.
it also teaches Skywise that humans is as complicated as elves can be.
They are. They have a lot of complicated feelings.
Yeah.
He's so ashamed of what he did because it cost him his brother.
Yeah.
So Skywise just cuts the hairpiece off and then rides off.
Mm-hmm. So one interesting thing, I'm reading the Dark Horse Elf Quest collection. This is issue number 3.
Mhm.
And with Hidden Years number 5, or all the issues now until Hidden Years number 5 has been in colors.
Yeah.
And now when we start with Hidden Years number 8, Daughter's Day, is in black and white. And I thought it was just like, because it's printed in black and white, but I learned
that I'm
yours
reading
is in
it
colors.
in colors.
So why can't I have all colors in my book too? Like, yes, I've been reading black and white all until now, but it was pretty happy to read in colors, but it was only for 5 issues.
Yeah. So if any of you guys know why half of the Reader's Collection book number 3 is printed in black and white and half in color, we'd be really interested to know.
Yeah, we're really curious why this decision was made.
Because all of the issues do exist in color. So why not print the whole book either in color or in black and white?
Yeah.
So now we're going to move on to Daughter's Day, which is Hidden Years number 8. This issue starts off with Rayek in the palace underwater training.
Yeah, because did he lose his powers, or what happened with his powers exactly? Like, is it just he's exhausted from the traveling, or
I've always seen it as him having a mental blocker on it, where he feels he doesn't have a purpose. He's kind of depressed.
yeah, okay,
Don't know
makes
where
sense.
to go with his life, so he kind of lost the will and means to use his magic.
Makes sense.
Maybe some depression in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I find it really funny that
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I'm gonna do some exercises, to see if things works or see if I can do this.
Yeah, like to train my physical body so that I can get my magic back.
Yeah, and then he's like standing on one finger and be like, okay, now I'm gonna levitate myself up from this one finger. I'm upside down and I'm gonna try to levitate. I don't
Yes.
know if it will work, but let's try it. And it goes like straight down his head. It's like, why?
I'm impressed that it doesn't literally break his finger. That's a lot of
he's-
weight for a finger.
It is, but also he's landing straight on his head, so he could have broken
Yeah.
his neck.
Yeah. It was really dangerous. And
Like, if you want to see if you can levitate things, start in the small.
like do as he did as a child.
Yeah,
Lift a
he wasn't
doll.
happy with that either.
No.
He's like, I don't want to do these toys,
But that is the safe way of going around practicing. And even though like training your physical body is a good thing to like stimulate your brain, I don't think it would help with his magic, because I think it is a mental blocker to his magic, not a physical one.
Yeah.
But as he has fallen down, he's laying on the floor. He's like crying and looking up at Winnowill. Does she know what this feels like? Like having food in my mouth and being unable to swallow it. Like being homesick for a place I'd never seen. Did you love me, Winnowill? It doesn't matter, I love you. He's so lost.
He is. But let's be honest, Winnowill is lost too, but she's also in this.
She's lost in quite a different way, though.
Yeah. But both of them doesn't want help to be healed.
No.
Lita has offered both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them said no.
Yeah. And he also takes a cloth and like washes up his sweat from the floor.
Oh, it's not a cloth. It's
No,
like his
shirt.
shirt. And also, when he's done washing the floor with his shirt, he takes it back on.
Yes.
It's not like, oh, I sweated and trained in this, and I cleaned the floor in this. Let's wash it. No. Let's just put it back.
Put it on. It's perfectly clean.
Yeah, great idea.
A core comes in as he's cleaning though, and he says that, do you feel so unwelcome that you must erase the least traces of your self-brown skin?
Who knows what he's thinking, though?
That says something about what is going through his mind right now, like how dark his mind is.
Yeah. I just looked at it like he's washing the floor because he was training and sweating, but Ekor has a point too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a dark boy.
And Venka basically come down and ask her father to be like, "Oh, come out with me, Dad. Let's do something fun." And he's like,
Yeah, let's
"Nah,
hang out.
I'd rather be down here and washing the floor."
Yeah.
And also, he's just like, "But my magic is spent, Venka. I can't hunt." And it's like, "Yeah, sure you can. You don't need your magic to hunt."
Yeah, most elves hunt without magic. They use their instincts.
Yeah, and I like it when she gives him the bow and be like, "Redlands assured me this will pull for the greatest beginner. Surely you will try when Wolf Rider Cubs master this." It's like, even a cub can do this.
Then I sure can.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a good thing that even though he's quite down right now, he hasn't lost his self-assuredness. He still believes that he can do everything better than anybody else.
And Venka knows what buttons to push.
Oh, yes. She's very good at that, though. Like, getting him to go out of his comfort zone and do something different. Like, you may not have magic, but I'm sure you can hunt. Let's go out.
But straight away he is like, "Well, let no one say there was something I was afraid to try." It's basically like, let's go straight away.
Yeah. Let's do it.
And also, first he was like, "Yeah, my magic doesn't work, so we have no way to get out of here." It's like, but how do you think they came down there?
Yeah, Venka and Shantae came down somehow. So if they could come down, you can come up.
Yeah.
I think that he honestly is terrified of relying on others. The thought of him needing Shanti's magic to help him get up scares the crap out of him.
He have never needed anyone or depended on, or he have needed people he have never
depend on someone.
Yeah, or he had never admitted to anyone that he needed anyone.
No.
That's just been like a secret.
He's a very proud guy.
Yeah. So that's something new, to like be a team and work together.
Yeah. And straight out of coming out of the water, he has kind of a sort of tiny fight or disagreement with Wenka, where he says, "Father, how easily you say that. Your mother would not have approved. She was proud like you. Kali was nothing like me." Oh? She hated needing others. She was skilled and strong, and you track almost as well as she did.
Venka, your mother had a restless body. I have a restless spirit. That's way different. Duh. Like,
they are a lot alike, though.
In a lot of points, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somehow, praise the High Ones, we made you, but I am still not certain how.
Oh, I know how. You really wanted this cub. Man, you wanted this cub. And you wanted to dance with Kavi. So
he wanted to fuck Kavi so much.
Yes. He's just mad at her, and he don't know how to be mad at her.
Yeah. He can be mad at her while she's not there, and he feels very guilty for attacking her and the tribe and Venka as a baby and everything. So he's just mad at the world.
Yeah. And they finally found a stag that they can hunt.
Yeah.
And Rhea is the one who gets to shoot him. And that's a bad decision from everyone, isn't it?
It is.
He's not good aimer. Is it aimer?
He's doesn't have a good aim.
Yeah, he doesn't have a good aim.
Because he's so used to relying on his magic for the kill. He's not used to having to aim with the arrow, and when he shoots, he hits it kind of in a butt.
Yep. And it yells out in pain and runs away.
And Ryak says, he screamed.
He is so surprised that animals has feelings, and he afflicted pain on the stag.
Yeah.
Because that's never happened before to him.
No. And it says, his cry, so like an elf, so hurt. Well, all animals have cries of pain and suffering. You've just never heard it because you use your magic to immobilize them.
Yeah.
They never had a chance to cry.
And also, though, I feel the way that Rhea kills is more humane. Like,
yeah,
the animal doesn't suffer before it dies. It just dies. So this is a new thing for Rhea.
Yeah, he's not used to hearing the animals in pain or seeing them in pain. They just stop moving and then they die.
Yeah. But since he has such a bad aim, they know how to track the stag and run after it.
Oh, yes. And Rick doesn't, even though he has been training a lot.
I don't think he's been running.
No, because he's huffing and puffing a lot.
Ever since he learned to fly from Ecuador, he hasn't been running.
No. A worthless wild swoosh chase. It's the time and he almost falls down a hill.
Yeah, he wants to give up.
Yeah.
But that's not a discussion here because
he
this
has
stag is
hurt
suffering.
And damaged this stag.
Yeah, they have to find a hurt animal.
They have to put it down
Yeah.
because it is currently injured and in pain and suffering.
Mm-hmm.
So this stag stops by the water before it keeps running.
And Shanti and Venka jumps smoothly over the water.
Yeah.
But someone does not.
Someone hasn't been jumping a lot either in his training.
I don't know if it's that he's struggling to stop when he's running down the hill, or if it's his jumping skills or whatever, but he falls straight in the water.
Yeah. And he's so disgusted at himself being slimy and nasty from this polluted water from the humans.
Reg is like, ew, what happened to this water?
Yeah. So Venka tells him about how the humans settled near the river and they let everything, all the sewage and
yeah, their droppings,
everything, just let it out in the river. And she tells him how the water downriver has become toxic because they don't keep the waters clean.
Yeah, she says the human expect the water to carry their filth away and yet somehow stay clean. But what I feel that she doesn't think about, they use the clean water, let's say on the north side of the village.
Yeah.
And don't touch the dirty water on the south side because they all know that's dirty.
Yes. This is where we let the dirt out into the river so we won't touch this part of the water.
And also at the same time, we know humans wasn't that smart back in the day. That's how diseases started.
Yeah.
But let's just imagine they were smarter.
Yeah. Let's.
Yeah.
So as he gets out of the river, Shanti offers him a helping hand to get out. And he's not having it.
I don't need any help. And it's not a question about needing.
No, it's an offer about I will help you. I don't think that you need it either.
I just want to show you support.
Yeah, and be kind. But
And not laugh of you, like falling into filthy water.
Yeah, and reluctantly he does take Shanti's arm.
Because Venka is like, go on, father.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. Like, just looking at their staring at each other, she is saying so much with her eyes. Just be like, do as I say.
Yeah. And they keep running, and as he's running, he's thinking to himself, must keep running, won't be shamed again. Like, Venka and Shanti didn't take him out for him to be shamed.
No, they took him out to have a change of scenery, to forget his head a little bit, to get him out of his head, and yeah.
Yeah, to get some new perspectives, have something different to do, something different to think about.
Basically just having a fun daddy-daughter day.
Yeah, let's go do something different together.
And they finally find the stag again.
They do.
And Rayak is struggling. He feels the pain. He's never felt the pain from an animal this way before.
No.
And he's struggling, like, to be the one who has to kill it. Like, this is just too much for him, I think.
He's not used to having the animal being scared and fighting back for its life when he's going to kill it.
Yeah, but you see a little more, I don't know, like, if it's humane is the right word, but like, no, you see a more softer side from Rayak in this scene, because he's thinking like, oh, he's suffering, I have to help him, but I don't want to be the one who's inflicting him more pain.
Yeah.
And like, you see the thought process from him.
He also has a very beautiful thought. The pain I deal him by hand is no more honorable than that I dealt by my magic. It isn't, but dealing the pain with magic isn't more honorable either.
None of them are more honorable. It's just one of them are easier than the other one. I think it's easier to do with magic.
And also because you, when you do use magic, you don't have to make the animal suffer. Well, if his arrow had hit a lethal blow the first time, the animal wouldn't have suffered. But because he missed, the animal is suffering and they have to put it down.
But also it takes more to make a critical shot on an animal, because like hitting the heart or the brain is harder than hitting bigger parts of the body.
It is. But as he keeps fighting on, the wolf riders that are not out hunting, because most of the wolf riders is out, including Cutter. But the others come and they watch him fight and struggle for the win against the stag.
Yeah, it's a real struggle, this one. It has a lot of fight in him, the stag.
Yeah, and Raik fights really, really well, honestly.
And he finally gets it.
Yes, and he's so happy with himself. He even gave a howl after the kill.
Yeah. No, isn't it the wolf riders howling and he's just like,
No,
I'm alive!
Oh, you are!
I just felt it was more like the wolf riders coming and staring at him.
No, I think it looks like it's Raik howling.
It could be, like, it looks like him howling in the picture.
It does. I think it's Raik.
And he is so happy with his win.
He is. He's ecstatic. He did something. He provided for others, which is something that he's used to doing, which makes him feel really good.
Yeah.
He also got quite injured. He hurt his leg, and Lita is healing him.
And Ember, too, is like a little feisty, like, didn't think you had it in you, Rayak.
She's
Be like,
so
it's
cute.
like, good job. I didn't believe you could do it, but good job.
I never thought you could do anything without your magic, so kudos to you.
And Rayak asked, Nightfall, will you and others honor the stag and then share this meat with me?
So, you've tasted first blood, and now you're one of us? I watched Cutter suffer through what you did to him. No, I want to eat your kill.
Never. Like, I think most of the wolf riders are happy, like, he got a small win, got out of his cave and everything, but they are not ready to forgive.
No, I think it sits quite deep with them how Cutter suffered for so long
Yeah,
and how much impact it had on Cutter.
for sure. There's also a way how Rayag asked this. Like, yes, he only wanted to share, but he didn't ask like, "Oh, can you please
Will you help me?
have
Will you
or
show
be
me?
more like, "Oh, you can have this meat." This is more like, "Can you guys make me a meal of my meat?" You know?
And I think that if he had asked her, like, hey, I don't know how to do this, will you help me so that I can learn from how you guys do it? I think they would have been more prone to teaching him how to do it.
Yeah, and be like more, "I don't want to waste this meat,"
Yeah.
and be more humble.
Yeah. And if he had done it that way, I think that they would probably have been more prone to say, yeah, let's share this meat. Because he went into and wanted to be a part of the process.
Yeah, but he's learning. We see that
is.
he's learning because
Yeah.
he says, "I only wanted to share." And you can see that he's a little hurt that all the wolf rider just leave.
Yeah. And Venka says that you want to win them all over at once, father, but I'm proud of you.
And he says, "Thank you."
Never expected to hear that from my own child.
Yeah, and just that Rayek says thank you, it's a huge thing for me.
It is. So the next episode is gonna be quite different. We are not going to talk about any specific issues. We are going to have a guest with us.
So until next time, go recognize a troll.